But all-time highs is like is where a lot of things get like a lot of people get tripped up at because nobody knows the price is likely to like is more likely to pull to. Like nobody exactly knows that. But right, we have clues, right? We have clues. In the beginning of the week, as you can see, price gave us this new week opening gap. We know about these gaps already. Price has to come back in and fill the new week opening gaps. This is right here, like a this right here. It's a strategy in itself. People trade the new week opening gap by itself, but for us, as you can see, this whole range right here, right, from this old low to this old high, right, this whole range is like a fair value gap too. So one thing that we can see, right, price may just push down lower, fill it in completely. I'm not saying we're gonna reverse all the way back higher here, right? Because to me, it's like it's already price already gave us this 4 hour break, right? Price already broke through this intraday range low. A continuation down lower to come and clear these lows right here is kind of like what I'm looking for, right? Something here, nothing too crazy. All-time highs is mainly scalps, right? Nini had caught a beautiful trade yesterday. It was just like a short. It's like a small short right here. But all-time highs is mainly just like that, I would say. Just staying like catching quick scalps because like it's so unpredictable that it may go all the way back higher here, or it may just continue back lower here, right? But today, right? Price already gave us the overall. It may make sense. I'm gonna bring it here. No, I'm gonna leave it here because this is the recent point of liquidity that marked down, right? This right here is like my clean chart. For anybody right here, right? This is my clean chart. This is the chart that like I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where I'm gonna be entering that, right? Whenever I'm entering my trades, this is the chart I'm gonna be entering that. I'm gonna be on the lower time frame, scaling in. So make sure this chart right here is where I'm just gonna be moving everything over, right? So as you can see, like we're already in this market maker sell model, right? This is just already beautiful already setting up. I'm gonna remove yesterday's brackets too. Now, right, we can dissect it a little bit more, right? This is the daily range. I'm just gonna minimize this just a little bit more, right? Just so we can focus on this. This is the main fair value gap, and this is the main draw on liquidity, right? We know exactly now what to do. We know exactly where to go and what price may do now. Now we can pull back and see exactly where price came from and see where it may likely give us that pullback. Let's go on the 1 hour, right? On the 1 hour, price extend higher here, give us that liquidity sweep, display slower, broke through that low that went that last candlestick, right? Before we went higher to give it that liquidity sweep, expand back higher, right? We got this lower time frame shift right here. Lower time frame consolidation, purge through it, order block, right? Build a story behind every trade. To then extend lower, inducement right here. On that pullback, right? Price mitigate this zone to the next and lower right here. We broke through that this order block. This is where this Asian slash London range started, right? So this is the Asian session right here. Pull back, clear this high, this small entry range high to the next and lower right here. So as you can see right here, it's two things that may happen, right? That I know like it's possibly gonna happen, right? It's mainly like a sell to buy type of thing. Let's go right here, right? This low right here, right, is like our like main demand level, I'll say right here from this zone to here. That's why I have this my first take profit, my last take profit I meant right here. This old candlestick low. This is where like the range kind of started, right? From here, broke through it, gave us a slight pullback, extend higher again. All these right here are like intraday range lows. Intraday range lows. I kind of made a YouTube video about this yesterday too. It's like a 38-minute long video, right? Um, it's kind of like it goes well in hand with this. Let's go right here. So this is the 4 hour FVG right here. What we want to see is for price to pull back. We already had this broken old low right here on the 1 hour. That's aligned with this, and it's correctly aligned with this fair value gap right here. Let's go into 15. Let me remove this now. Now that we good. Cool. Now we have our proper zone, right? Our proper zone. But just like I stated, right? This is mainly going to be like a sell to buy type of thing, right? It may happen plenty ways too, because this right here is our Asian highs. I'm gonna bring this. This right here, our Asian high, right? As you build it more, you kind of see it even like it's like started making more sense. It started like showing us is like, okay, this may happen, this may happen. So now the story kind of get built. Two ways things may happen, right? Two ways things may happen. First is this right here. First, price may just push down and clear this low right here. Take out that low, fill in this zone right here. All right. Take out that low and fill in this zone to then bring price back higher. Because guess what? Think about every like every time you trade, always think about the collective of traders, right? It's a collective of traders' mindset that moves this market, right? Like it's not really like there's an algorithm I play, but it's like it's a mind conscious thing that moves this whole market, right? So this whole range down here is like it's that fake out range, right? That fake out move. That's this whole range right here. Is that fake out move. So when price push down lower and tap inside of that open, right? Look at this right here. Tap inside of that open. It's just building a slight base, right? Just slight base. So now we still got that 9:30 manipulation. The government still shut down, so news is like won't really affect us too much, I would say. Right? Any news that may happen won't really do too much. You can kind of see most of it, right? Won't really do too much. So we're not really gonna worry about it right now. So, but the manipulations will still happen at the times, right? That like the 9:30 manipulation, the 10 a.m. manipulation, those still happen. Those still like correct. So for me now, right? For me personally, it's too like I really want to see this happen right here, right? I'm just gonna go up on the buy happen, right? The buy would give us just that edge, just to push it right back up to where it came from. Because to me, all-time highs is just liquidity building, right? It's all liquidity building. All this to me is just like a prior pool of liquidity up here. Right. For anybody that knows, like this right here is like a whenever we see that price just rejects, but then extends lower, right here, right? At all-time highs, a pullback is like price is never just like right here. Price wasn't just dropping lower, right? To just keep dropping. It was just dropping to grab liquidity and then to continue higher. Just like right here, price just drop lower to grab liquidity, and after you grab liquidity, extend higher. So as soon as we just broke through this all-time high right here on the 4 hour, right? Price has to give us that pullback still. It has to pull back and retrace either in this zone right here, right? Either in this zone where we can get like a short lower time frame scalp. That's gonna bring price down lower, right? That's kind of like the sell model for us to take a sell here, trade on this 1 hour order block to then bring price down lower. This is the draw on liquidity. Could be a good solid scalp. We're gonna observe in a minute. You can kind of see it's like 300 points. We never like I usually never hold my trades to this right here. On the lower time frames, right? We're gonna have lower time frame lows here, the recent low, right? The recent range lows. These are where we're gonna possibly take our um profits at. Even the 50% of this fair value gap is like a good range. Or if we get that 15-minute sweep, that 15-minute sweep lower, right? Where price pushes down lower, sweep that. And one thing I'm gonna say too, like it may not even fill it in completely, right? That's another thing. It may not even fill it completely. As long as we get like a solid 15-minute sweep, because this is acting like a fair value gap. It's acting like a fair value gap. So price may just come back in the inside of the 50%, right? Price may just extend lower, clear that low, mitigate the 50%, to then we bring price higher. But the buy to me is like the most efficient, right? To just bring price back higher here. Like if we get like a clean 15-minute sweep, we have Asian highs up here. and we have this old fair value gap right here. But this zone right here, right, is what like I just feel like this zone is just set up in a way to trick a lot of traders. I feel like this clean fair value gap is like a clean 4 hour. There we go right here. Like a clean 4 hour fair value gap right here. But if we get this sell first, that's gonna be the one that brings us lower. And then but if the buy, that's gonna be the one that brings us higher. But if you guys have any questions or anything, just comment some. All right. I'm gonna be here active. All right. So any questions, right? Just send them. We're just gonna be discussing, I'll say. In these live sessions too, right? Since my style of trading is more like day trading and scalping, right? Our setups usually show up between I'll say 9:30 to around like about if we're still here at like 11:30, that's when it's like it's a slow day, right? That's kind of like what I'm like how I wanna state it, right? This remind me of like of how me and my brother we used to run the Patreon, right? But it's just gonna be like a slow day if it's more like longer than like 12 p.m., then yeah, it's like 11:30 11 a.m., then yeah, it's just done. We only need 2 hours, right? That 9 a.m. and that 10 a.m. If it's pushes past that like 11 a.m., still no setup, still nothing, right? That's when just walk away from that one. But if at 11 a.m. now, like a trade already happened, possibly yeah, the longs is kind of hey, if we get the longs, that's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful trade because I can already see exactly where I'm gonna take my profits at. Just patience, everybody, right? Anybody that just has that still haven't got funded yet or still passing an account, right? Start small, right? Just grab a 50K for $50. That's kind of like I was gambling last year, I would say in the beginning of last year with Top Step because I never traded that pair. I mean that prop firm. So last year I was just buying 50,000 like 50K accounts because every time I would get some money, it was like $50 here, $50 here, and then I would just blow them, pass them. But you develop like a framework for those accounts, right? Like every student that I know, really, it's like you can really make like a good payout with a 50K. Right? It just takes a little bit of time, right? If you watch my Instagram story, I try to show you my weekly payouts and how like I may like in a day I may take like a couple trades and then in the week I take like a losing trade, but it's still mess up. Like it's still good, I would say, right? That losing trade still all the wins throughout the week still make up for that win. And then at the end of the week, that's when you see like, oh, I actually made profits. That's why every single day profits, as long as you walk away with a small loss, right? With that small loss. That's kind of like all it is about, right? Just walk away with that small loss where you can trade the next session or the next day. But a good 15-minute sweep here, um, bring price back to that 50%. That 50% is where exactly I would take it. Because this zone right here has a lot of movement into it. Price usually, right? Usually it's like, especially if it stays inside of here, then yeah, for sure, price is gonna come back down here. If we just start getting that rejection. But the main point is that I feel like it looks too clean, especially for a sell momentum too. It just looks too clean in the buy format. And I'm glad to see a lot of y'all still going though, man. Like you don't know how much people I done seen come and go with trading. Like a lot of you are still pushing it, still going. That's great, man. You thinking yourself in the future, I would say. Your future self gonna look back on this stuff, I'm telling you. But a lot of people walk away from trading, man. A lot of people walk away. It gets tough. I try to tell people to not rush it. or you're gonna get burnt out, or you're just gonna don't push it too much where you can't keep going. That's why I take breaks. I recommend people take breaks whenever the markets is like a little rough. My students, I tell them when they losing confidence a little bit, it's not you. It's really like just the movements of that's going on. It's just the markets, my bad. The markets mess up your internal bad. Like that's why I try to tell people to just walk, go to the gym, something that's gonna get you out of your head, or it will, it will mess you up a lot. Just pay attention to all the other traders. Imagine, I had seen a reel about TJR. He had lost. I don't really keep up with him too much, but it was like one trade. He had lost like 400,000. I was like, man, and he had to gut that loss. I think it was like 300,000 or something. But imagine that, right? That was live money, and he had to gut that loss. That's why it's kind of like I never he made the money back too. He had made 400,000 in FOMC. So it's just crazy as hell to me. Yeah. Yeah, in a way it does. It becomes it's like just anytime you see an NWOG, just think about it like a fair value gap. So if price purge through it and break through it, then yeah, it's gonna be like a like an inverse. But yeah, stay here. All right, we may get that failure swing, like we stated right here too. That failure swing is another like we label it like a SMT, all right? If we pair it with ES, all right, but it's the same exact thing. Price already mitigated. That's all we kind of needed. Price already mitigated the NWAG already, right? The open of it. The open is still good. Treat it like a fair value gap, like I stated. If we get the 50%, that's gonna be good, but that is still perfect too. But right here, I want to leave it for a little bit, right? Don't ever the thing about the SMT is like it kind of like mess up like a little bit, right? Just because right here, both of these sides are pools of liquidity, right? Both of these sides are pools of liquidity. In this zone right here, this whole zone from here to here is a 4-hour FVG right here, right? It's a 4-hour FVG. So even though it's started giving us that lower time frame push, it may just be like a small push to tap in to then bring price lower. Right? We go back down to that 15. You can kind of see a little bit more. That'll be the 5. Just like this right here. All right. It may set up for a low resistance liquidity low type of setup too. Because to me, this wasn't really like a proper purge. Price hasn't given us like a proper manipulation. But if it stays here, right, and price breaks through the high, that's kind of like what I really like observing. Right? Price has to break through that low, the high that gave us that low, that it respected. Put this zone right here just mainly just so we can see exactly what it may do. With this zone right here, price may just purge through it, we'll clear that low, and then we'll come back and retest. Or it may just pull down lower, right? Especially here. We're on the 3 minutes. We're on the 1 minute. You can kind of see this right here. This was that internal range that price broke right here. That gave us that lower time frame confidence, right? You can kind of see it already respecting the bullish PD arrays. Price respected that low, respected higher, pull back, respected, and then extend higher. So a slight pullback right here would be good. So at least test here to then bring price at least here. This is a 15-minute high, but really here. I was gonna say here. Like a spike higher. But that 50% fair value gap is really where the meat this right here is at. Quick rejection. I got one micro in here. I'm gonna use that one as like a test just so I can let it play out a little bit. But I really want to see the range get broken first. Let me see this, maybe 140, 150 points. I actually like the rejection on the 15 minutes. Look at this right here, right? This was actually clean. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Always pay attention to the candlesticks, right? Look how this candlestick closed. I'm gonna bring it here. This candlestick right here, this 15-minute candle. Look how it closed above this gap, this candlestick, this intraday range high right here. At kind of see here a little bit better. This was the high. Mainly a swing high. I'm trying to look for it. Mainly that swing high. If I can get like a swing high, that would be good. That'd be good. But right here is perfect. A cleaner retest inside of this zone. This, my colors. Cool. Right here and then right here. This final gap. Whenever I come back trading too, I always go low risk, just so I can get my feet back wet, right? Like I'm a, like I really treat myself like I really like every time I get back to trading, it's like I always have to go back to the basics, go back to basics, go back to basics. This here. Not aiming for too much profits. Just want to catch some trades, man. The 3 minutes. Yeah, this looks super clean here. And this would be like a 99 points. Perfect. There we go. But yeah, my stop loss is never really that big. I just put it there just so I can, just so it was just there. But these were the zones I was really like pulling back into right here. You get that last push. Mm, boom. It's a quick 600. Yeah, 600. Steady guys, I'm not pushing it too much for profits. Just trying to catch some clean trades. Take a little screenshot. All right, now let's see. Now let's see what it does, right? Now let's see what it does. I want to see this right here, how this is gonna play out. But the first trade, it played out. Now I'm gonna see if the buy bias is gonna stick through, or we may reverse from this right here. This because you got to realize this was the low. This order block right here was the one that extend higher. Mitigate this right here, this fair value gap, and then price tap into it. But like, let's see if this gonna be resistance now. That's why I want to see it, because all these rejected, purged through it. So that's why I kind of like, let me just walk away from here. This was a good scalp, 97 points. If it goes all the way up here, that's gonna be a great setup, right? A great setup, because now that the momentum broke through this right here, right? Now it broke through this. All these internal range highs to me is getting targeted. This look like a beautiful market maker sell model, buy model. It's like a beautiful buy model, right, man? This was a great entry, low key. That was perfect. Super clean. There we go. There we got the highs up here. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna disrespect this, right? I feel like it's gonna disrespect this fair value gap, because a lot more people are looking into this, in my opinion, as a reversal. Or nah, he's gonna use it. He's gonna use it definitely. He's gonna use it definitely later though, right? It set it up this morning. This morning becomes low resistant lows. Let's go right here. I've seen this happen before, right? The morning sets up as a low resistance liquidity. Then now we kind of want to see it pull back either inside of that 50% or this 75% right here. This would have been perfect if it comes here, right? Like always grab like on the higher time frames, these big order blocks right here is like perfect from here to here, right? This is like an order block, right? On the higher time frames. Like this is like a clean zone, right? That's why we kind of see it rejecting from that point now. Let's go back on the 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna let it play out a little bit more in the 15 minutes. I'm gonna gather some more data on that. I want to see what happens. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, that was good on two accounts. 600. That was good. Yeah, always get back to like whenever turn off. But yeah, whenever you coming back from a break or anything that may happen, like, lower the risk just so you can take it. Like the main reason I'm able to take it every trade, you guys know I throw in that one micro. Once I get that one micro, I get my feet wet in the markets, and then once I get my little confirmation, I go in heavier. But take the small profits, build that inner confidence. All right, build that inner confidence, and that's gonna be good. I should have left the runner. Should have left the runner. I feel like it will be like a strong bullish momentum. It may just bounce back up here, but later this afternoon for sure, right? Because this right here is gonna be where a lot of traders are gonna come back. Just like we see it Happened on the 3 minutes. Look on the 15 minutes. Kind of didn't get a pullback, right? Didn't get that pullback. No pullback in liquidity. This becomes the liquidity, right? Always keep that in mind, right? No pullback and no liquidity in price. They didn't really. We already got that liquidity sweep here, too, right? Just a quick lesson. We already got that quick liquidity sweep here. So on that extension higher, when price breaks through it, like this is perfect right here. Man, I should have let the 15 close. This is perfect right here. It's kind of gonna explain it perfect, low key. Right now, it looks like it was a power, like it was a power of three, Akira. It was. It just didn't happen. It just didn't clear the main low. But it still gave us that accumulation, manipulation, extension, pull back, and then up here. It may just continue higher. It may. I'm trying to see this right here. I should have let the 15-minute close before I took the profits, but it's fine. Now we got that strong extension. Now I feel like we may just use it as a retest, right? Even on the 30 minutes, we got that extension. But the thing is, right, I'm not thinking it's gonna go back all the way down here now. Always look at the recent, let's go on the 45 minutes. 45 is clean. You can kind of see it broke through this fair value gap here. Right? This is gonna be the inverse now. So it price may not even want to come back all the way down here. It may do it later. This is like our mitigation zone, but if you watch the PD array lessons, right? Always follow the PD array rules, right? The fair value gap comes before the order blocks. So price may just bounce back on the fair value gap before we get that extension. A possible 300. Yeah, I feel like it's gonna give like a good afternoon rally. Yeah, it's not gonna. Whenever all-time highs, it was just a drop in the bullish market, right? Keep that in mind. A drop in the bullish market is a hunt for sell stops. Whenever you trading, let that replay in your head. Let me see. I'm opening it now. Perfect. Yeah. Uh kind not really. No. I'll label that a order block, a breaker. You gotta realize it took liquidity. It took liquidity from these lows. On ES, yeah, it still looks similar, right? But it took liquidity from these lows and then broke through it. So yeah, this is the breaker. The mitigation is here, right? This zone right here. This is the mitigation. The one that failed to go to take that low. So when price purged through it, this becomes our mitigation block here. But nah, this extension here, yeah, this is gonna be a good rally. A good rally. I'm kind of glad we caught that quick scalp right here. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to think now. The momentum's too strong. Just always pay attention to this to the candlestick bodies, right? I should have just like I said, I should have waited for that 15-minute to close a little bit. If I noticed this, I would have left a runner and another profit earn, but this right here, right? The momentum is kind of strong. This was I was kind of hoping for price to wick lower here. So later, right? Pay attention to the ranges too. Asian range up here. Price just took a lot of liquidity, right? A lot of liquidity. Clears all these lows, all these old lows, and then tap inside of the open of this. This is a fair value gap. Always keep it in mind, it's a fair value gap. It is gonna want to come fill it. Even the Asian lows right here is a point of liquidity, but every main point has to be used first, right? In a zone, price has to use the 25% of the fair value gap, then the 50%. Like it just it plays around like that. Just like here, price push down all the way lower and mitigate this rejection order block. If you never learn about the rejection order block, this would trick you into thinking, why is price coming out of this wick right here, right? But it was this rejection block that went higher to give us this internal range break. Now price came back lower, retested, extend higher, pull back. But nah, like one of the main things though is the 4 hours, right? No matter how much I want to go long for sure, I always keep the 4 hour in my head, because it's two ways price always kind of like give us like a sudden move. Like for me, it may like today may be like a buy, right, for afternoon to sell, right? Always keep that in mind. That's kind of like what I'm kind of like hoping for in a way, just because we have this 50% Asian range, and we have this order block too, like I was stating right here. So on the 1 hour, you can kind of see price may just give us that extension, build that momentum to then drop. So, or right here, right between this candlestick right here, that's why I kind of like this a lot. Price may just give us that pullback, retest this zone right here to then extend higher, mitigate this, and then clear that high. But we're definitely gonna go back to all-time highs for sure. We're definitely gonna go back to all-time highs. Another pair I used to trade too, because I'm just like anybody that like you kind of don't have a pair, or you kind of like struggling or to find a pair or anything, right? These right here are like gold, right? Gold. You can add ES on here too. I just never I haven't traded ES since 2022, so it's not really on my list. It's mainly my brother's pair, but NASDAQ, GU, NU, and US 30, right? ES is a great 15-minute day trade. Like ES is perfect. Like if you want consistency and just perfect, it's like NASDAQ's brother in but less volatile, right? Just like we seen this big spike, right? ES is gonna give us that same range, the same exact trades. It's just gonna be a little bit different, I would say, just a little bit different in a way, but the same momentum. ES and US 30. But US 30, to me, I just like it because the ranges are crazy on US 30. And it moves completely different than all the main indices. But nah, we're definitely going higher. Yeah, we're definitely going higher. Right. Overall, this was like a Asian, right? Let's go on to 15 minutes just so you can see this right here. It's gonna look like an ugly one, but it's still one, right? Accumulation, manipulation during London, right? London manipulation, extend higher, respect during, we already got that internal range break. That's why I like US 30. US 30 to me match NASDAQ, right? If you're a person, you trade NASDAQ, not really match it, but US 30 kind of shows us what happened on the other pairs that we kind of didn't see. Like you hear, right? Price kind of looked like it never gave us that internal range break, didn't it? Right? It looked like we never got it. So a lot of people wouldn't have taken it. But in US 30, it gave it to us right here, right? We got that internal range break. Everything here was liquidity. So when price pushed down lower, mitigate this zone right here, right? That extension higher. Now, where is the next pool of liquidity? The Asian highs up here. A quick pullback here would be work too. But my favorite pairs, right, is these two right here, NASDAQ and GU. Like if you're a person you can't find a trade on NASDAQ one day, look at GBP/USD. I promise. If you're a person you can't find a trade on GU, look at NU. And if you can't find a trade on US 30 on NU, US 30. Right? Those are just like main pairs that I've heavily back tested and I know them for sure. Yeah, there we go right here. That's the rejection I was kind of hoping for. Nah, this was good. This was a good trade. This was a good trade overall. This was a good trade overall. This candlestick can either close, right? That's kind of like the only thing I'm thinking, right? This candlestick can either close and then use this like I'm thinking to then bring price back higher. That would be great right here. If it respects this, just like we seen it push down lower and respect this, and then we got that pop higher. If it push down lower, respect this, and then give us like a good pop, that would have been a good range, a good solid, even re-entry, right? Not for this trade right here, not for me. I'm not gonna re-enter. I'm just trying to get back to my mental state. Good. And we got 19 people in here. Man, thank you everybody for joining us. All right. This was a beautiful trade. And yeah, by the end of the week, right? By the end of the week, a lot is changing in the Discord, right? And in the school too. It's gonna be way more organized, way more. The school's gonna be way more organized, right? And in the Discord is gonna be way more organized. I'm gonna be here every morning trading live with everybody. All right, so join us every morning, right? Possibly gonna be starting at 9 a.m. I'll be on the charts at 8:30, right? 8:30, that's when I start looking at and start doing my top down analysis. So yeah, we'll go live every day. So yeah, I'm gonna have the recording posted later. But yeah, the news will be announced by the end of the week. Prices for the Discord is gonna be going down, which is gonna be a lot of good stuff, man. A lot of good things been going on. So yeah, we're trying to get everybody to start trading by the end of the year, really. A lot of people like a lot of people send us messages. It's just a lot of stuff. It's just yeah, like we're trying to make it better for everybody. Just so everybody can have a chance, I would say, to just start trading and start learning better. But it's gonna be it, everybody. Hopefully, I had a great one. It's gonna peace out.